I was going to ask, because I know there are people with some issues, if you would like some chicken pot pie without the top.
Oh, yeah, I love chicken pot pie without the pie. I said, I only ever go out.
Well, then I will make some, and I'll make sure that gluten doesn't get anywhere near it. And then, you know, you'll just have it as a bowl of chicken and
Chicken stew.
That's what it is.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
That's a good name for it.
That's what it would be.
Is that good for you?
Yeah. I apologize for being late. Things happen. But it looks like you guys kept each other busy, so. Just a reminder to do officer reports. I got yours. I said that I received it. And as well as your letter. So. We're going to move the bid deadline for Seneschal and Exchequer to May 1st because it hasn't made it into the Argus yet. According to Kingdom is 1 month. I checked Kingdom Law. Yeah. Yeah, I was really surprised by that too. It says at least 1 month.
I guess I better go read my own rule. I'm going to run it for 2 months for kingdom jobs.
Okay, well, do you? No. If we want that, I can change it. No, because then we'll need to do it.
This is one.
I mean, check it again. Okay. No, it's just I checked it like this weekend.
I believe you. I really do.
No.
My brain just jumbles things up every once in a while too. So
that's me too. That's why I'm like, if you want to check, I'm okay with that because I can very well be wrong. But we're gonna have the night marshal position up for bid until July 1st. He steps down in September, so that gives 2 months of training. And the chronicler position, we need to have the deadline by September because she steps down in November. Actually, probably August because she steps down mid-November. That way we get a full 2 months. So August. Let's go ahead and do August 1st, just to make it easy, first of the month, so it's nice and easy that way. And then it gives us some time to look over the bids and then staff time for them to train for 2 months. Did you want to do something? Sure.
So to answer some of the questions that were presented the other day about the polling, their majesties have stated that polling will happen from noon to 4 at the event. If people choose to come and just poll and leave, they have absolutely no problem with that. They do not want that. They do want to make sure that people understand that you don't get to come and stand around and hang out and visit with your friends and not be a guard and not pay a site fee. That's not fair. If they want to show up, poll, and leave, that's fine. They wanted me to remind everyone that this is not a vote. They are using this polling to take counsel from the populace. And with that, they will be basically, their words, they will be sitting in state and will be available during the polling times for questions, discussions, venting, or anything else anyone would like to discuss with them in person.
I saw on Facebook that there was a post that kind of hard, if you want to talk to them, to message kind of hard.
I read that a couple of times. I think that's about business,
Okay.
actual business.
Okay.
I'm not 100% positive, but per Floki, and what I'm reading is the message from Floki, what he stated right here, that they will be sitting in state from that.
I
from
did
noon to
email
4.
Connor about that. What that's referring to is if you have business, if you want to make announcements or give awards
Oh,
report, that kind of thing.
Great.
Thank you. And
Okay,
then,
thank you.
just so they want to,
Why is Braden emailing me about their majesties?
who?
Braden was emailing me about their majesties floating and
You're the autocrat.
well, I know, but okay, I'm not sure what Braden is as far as.
What does Braden want? Or what did
Well,
he ask?
he just wanted me to know that they were in attendance.
Oh,
and
because
and then when if I had any questions, and so I emailed him with the tentative, with the little, the schedule.
I can understand him letting you, or not letting you know because he's the calendar deputy, just saying, yes, they will be in attendance, but I don't, any questions that you have, I would probably direct them more to Conhar as their herald.
Okay, I've been sending it to the wrong person.
So, but I'd almost guarantee you that if you've been sending it to Braden, Braden has been forwarding it on, but just, I don't have a solid answer for that. The other thing that they needed me to make sure that everyone knew is that those who wish to poll but cannot attend must contact their Royal Majesties prior to Saturday to make arrangements. There will be no proxies permitted without their prior consent. So if you have a question, you want to contact them, it is crown@artemisia.sca.org. And that's it, unless anybody has any other questions that they need clarification on, and I might be able to take care of that tonight. I thought this answered most of the questions that I had received concerning this. Anybody? Good? Okay, thank you.
I'm looking forward to this weekend, except for I can't be
The weather is supposed to be really good.
Well, and I'm looking forward to trying to, when we get the youth combat going again for Uprising, I'll have that too. That'll for sure.
Yeah.
That, so, I'm looking forward to that.
I want to thank everybody that attended for Nation. It was great to see so many people from 1,000 Eyes outside of 1,000 Eyes. It was great. So I just wanted to send that out there. Do you have any extras?
Yes. General funds, we have 5,786 and 68 cents. Dedicated funds is 8,593 and 67 cents. Breakdown of those funds, our Heralds is 1285. Archery Guild, 131 and 82 cents. The Salmon area is 237, and Youth Loaner Armor is 212. Uprising is 8,000. And I want to talk about this transparency thing. If you're not coming to meetings, come to meetings. That's how you're going to find out what's going on. If you have questions for the Exchequer, ask me directly.
Did you bring me money?
I did.
Good, thank you.
Okay, so is there anything for our Exchequer? No? Our Quartermaster?
Obviously, we didn't have an event last month, so nothing new that way. However, I do need the list for whatever you'd like.
She has a list.
Okay. Where are you emailing it to?
But she needs your address. She has mine. She has mine.
I'm told I'm done.
Okay.
Okay, so then,
Okay, my first
Yes.
complaint is I cannot read this because it is too little.
is it the Uprising War thing?
Yes.
Pretty rich one.
It's made for 20-year-olds that can read small print.
You want me, my glasses?
I have glasses, they don't work for reading.
You want my cheaters?
That's what mine have to use.
Mine are 1.5s.
Okay, Alfred, do you want to say something as night marshal?
Practice is getting a lot better now that it's not death cold out. Heavy fighting was pretty light last month, but Rapier is actually up and moving again, a lot more than it has been in the past.
You guys all know that, Sir Coonan and, Ariadne are gonna be here tomorrow for practice, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday.
Oh, okay. Rapier Marshal, do you know what he's going to report for that?
Practice continues. We have 2 to 3 fighters per week usually, sometimes more. We continue to have a good time.
Okay. Okay. Archery Marshal. We've received a bid for thrown weapons and I've sent it onward. I haven't heard anything back yet, so I will send out another letter and get that going. Same with Bliss Minister. Equestrian's open for bids. And last I heard, same with the youth weapon. Although because they do not have a handbook for the youth weapon, we're not doing youth weapon activities, including at this coming up event, so we won't have that activity to do. Okay. Eve.
No classes last month, but I put in my intent of going forward again for the next 2 years. If there's nobody applying for the position, I'll put in for it again. So,
But if you put in for it, somebody will be putting in for it, and then you would withdraw.
well, then they get to decide of whom they want.
Yeah, you're your own competition.
So that's where I'm at.
Do you want competition?
Competition is always.
Are we doing any, we're doing the little
Yeah.
table at the event, right?
Yes. Yes. Left lane. G.
Yes.
Clarification, what little table?
They're wanting to set up a table for,
Kind of a stitching.
It's a little embroidery, it's not like a class,
Okay.
but it's gonna be an ongoing flow
So you
through.
can jump in throughout the day.
Yeah.
yeah,
Smart.
you
jump
can
in
bring
and
something
out.
that you're working on and get advice or,
Angie is actually,
What we're
she's got a
doing-
plan.
What we're doing is, Star had a beautiful little bag in her new embroidery book. She sent me the instructions for it. And it can work as a sampler to learn stitches, so we're gonna take I have people bringing fabric, I'm bringing embroidery floss and some hoops, and we're just gonna pass that out and let everybody, and I'm bringing some books, and we're just gonna sit and learn new stitches or choose, and we're gonna do these little pouches, and we're gonna give them to their majesties for largesse.
Cool.
Question, are you gonna try and make this ongoing after the event so that you maybe get more pouches and?
Yeah, we'll set up the same thing at Uprising.
Well, okay, but that's a few months away.
Yeah, we'll do it at fighter practice and stuff too.
Okay, I just thought it sounded good to have an ongoing. And
Yeah,
do it for
yeah,
more
it's
days.
gonna be ongoing, and I'll bring my books and fighter practice and stuff, and
Okay.
we'll just have fun.
Okay, Chronicler is getting an artist ready, so if you have anything to submit to it for this Argus, needs to be in like nowish. That way we can have something in our Argus. And then that position, we're again accepting bids until August. That's what it's all right. Okay, youth minister, we're needing bids for that position. The warrant is up already on our youth minister, so.
Well,
I don't know what to do with children.
Oh, I was like, what?
don't you have to kind of like them first?
It would be helpful, I would imagine.
I only kind of like some kids.
Yeah.
Didn't like my own.
Okay, and then, do you know if our web minister has anything more to report?
Jesse, if you want something for your event, put on the webpage, email him.
I know that he is looking to train someone to be web minister, that way he can step out. So if anyone's interested in that, he's looking to train.
So when does that, the deadline for putting in for that, or the training and?
His warrant is not up for like another year, but I believe he's interested in,
It's gonna take that long to train somebody.
yeah. So we need someone to train, and then he's had it for a long time, so I don't know if he may even be willing to step down as soon as that person gets it. I don't know. But it does take a while to train for that one, so.
So is it open till September?
Open until someone puts in for it, I guess. Much like, Chatelaine is right now, and Equestrian, and all those other ones that have been open since.
Is there still
I'm not sure.
a lot of stuff that goes with the Chatelaine?
There's a few totes of garb. Are you talking like physical items that will take up space in your house?
Yes.
Yes, there's a few totes of garb. Totes of garb.
So does that technically need to go to someone's house, or should that theoretically be in the storage unit?
Give me the storage unit.
It could be in the storage unit, yes.
It's in the storage unit now.
Yeah, it
And
could
actually-
reside in the storage unit, so.
I actually went through and I sorted it all out, so they're, they don't mix them up. And I've got one big bin that's basically for just one-day events, so.
But yeah, so as far as like taking up space in your place, they can stay at the storage units.
I just have, my space is taken.
Right. Well, it can stay at the storage unit, that's why we have a storage unit to store baronial stuff. You'd just be in charge of,
Well, back in the dark ages when I
demos
had
and
it,
things like that.
it was at my house. But then I had a big house.
Not required, you can stay in the storage unit. Are there any other questions about offices? Okay, well then let's turn it over to the March event. Helena, do you have anything that you want to?
Yes, I do. I passed around for the feast reservations, and everything's coming along rather well, despite having the youth championship. Do you know why, or do I need to explain why we're not able to? We got it, okay. So anyways, so I think, talk to people that are in there. I think we have enough for soups, for the fundraiser of lunch. We have 4 that have, said they would bring soups. I think that should be enough. Yes? I mean, we're talking, crock pot, larger ones.
6 quarters.
Yeah, that's great. So that'd be lovely. Just trying to think what else. We've got the royal rooms taken care of. Kaylee's going to do that, and we are. Let me see. Oh, there's only one question, and hopefully, since everybody is here, about hanging the tapestries. We're going to have a setting up on Friday night, and then about 7 o'clock. So, and if anybody has, or like the things to hang up the tapestries, or if you have some tapestries you want to have hung up, but I'll grab what's in the storage. I don't really know what's there except for the normal ones. And but the command hooks and the adhesive strips, am I supposed to buy those, or are they in the storage shed?
We don't have any. I bought the last ones personally, and I donated them to the church because that's where we were at. And I donated them to the church, so we don't have any.
The ones we used the last time, Renee and I bought. I don't know where
We
they're
bought
at.
the
We'd be
command
glad to
hooks, and then we used them all
bring
at the
them.
last
I think
event.
they're all gone, but otherwise
Yeah, I
I'd be
don't-
glad to bring them.
Because I think you can reuse those hooks. Am I
Yeah.
just getting, okay.
Yeah,
So, all
just
right,
those
I'll look
plastic
into
command
some.
hooks.
Then I put an extra.
Want to make sure they can, hang up pretty heavy weight if you're going to hang up the nice ones that are painted or anything.
Oh yeah, the canvas
Maybe
ones
the-
are kind of heavy.
Yeah.
Well, we had problems at Coronation with them falling down because we didn't use.
Right,
ones
so I
that
got some
were
heavier
strong
ones
enough.
for this last event, yeah.
That Pelican.
So what kind of poundage?
Yes, that
You know, what are they rated?
I think there was some that were like 50 pound, I
15
think is
pounds
maybe
each?
what I
Okay.
did for the
They
big.
actually had that information on.
It's on the package, yeah. Yeah.
You want some
Yeah.
heavy duty ones?
An extra package of sticky backing.
Right.
I have some of the extra, the sticky back things. I guess I can try to remember to bring those.
Okay. I think that's good. If anybody else wants to, I've got some people that have volunteered to help in the kitchen for cleanup. Thank you. And here's Bud. You're still okay for that?
I'm still on for that, yeah.
You.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. And if anybody else, please, taking down and cleaning up is always important. I really appreciate any help and all. And so see if I can bring over maybe some pizza on Friday night, and if anybody's interested and they have anything.
What time is set up? Did you already go over that?
7 o'clock. Friday. We'll be there earlier.
Yeah, the food prep, most of it is going to be earlier on Friday.
And since nobody's eating pie, there'll probably be pie there. Meeting's not over yet.
I've been getting this stuff from the storage. I think we're right on schedule, so any other comments or anything that I can think of?
if I have time, I'll make some garlics.
We're having some beef garlic soup for dinner at least, so I don't know how that would.
Well,
All
okay,
day long.
what is it, they keep away vampires?
It's gonna be healthy.
Well, it'll keep away the emotional vampire.
Very good.
So who's in charge of like getting all the regalia from the past competitors there? I mean,
They should
did she just bring?
they should be.
We should bring them.
I didn't know whether I needed to remind them. Okay, thank you.
Well, you can send out an email.
I talked to Elfin today, she'll be there.
Just saying, hey, if you won last year, bring it back.
And if there's anybody who would like to help serve the food at feast, that would be lovely too. So
Yeah.
there may be
well,
only 20 people there.
Do you want to quickly go over your added quest for the champion?
Oh,
Since that was an original thing.
Oh, yeah, that was what we discussed for the Baroness's champion, I guess we're still calling it that, anybody who's entering should be bringing something, some kind of an art form that is going to honor one of our past Baronesses, or more than one, or all of our past Baronesses. And it could be a song, it could be a poem, it could be a story. Anything creative, a picture, stuffed in, a puppet show.
And since it was at the last minute, it's not really gonna count against you, but it will add to the error. So if you guys can come up with something, that's it, all the guys that are up together. So, and if we get a few, it'll help, so. Thanks.
So then there's the fighting, the ANS, and then the quads, right?
Here. Oh, yeah.
As far as, yeah.
Yes.
Heavy rapier, it is, yes. No, you this time, but we'll do that at a Uprising.
Okay, so are you done with the
Yes.
champion? Okay, so then moving on to Uprising, we have an Uprising event page set up specifically for this Uprising 30. We're accepting pre-registration. We also would like people to start signing up to teach classes. They need to email our MoAS. What's the address of the page? The Uprising War, yeah, it's the same. That one's the same. I started a event page on Facebook for Uprising 30. That way we could send it around there as well. But yes, as far as the website, it's the same as where you can get the forms. And please keep in mind to help support Uprising by offering to do jobs, see that there's a need and try to fill it. If there's anything that you guys want to have happen, volunteer to get it going. That way we can make it a fun event.
Has anybody told the general public that's not inside of our barony that there's not going to be any showers?
Yes.
Okay, so the people are aware.
So I've posted it on Facebook, and Alan has sent it through the Archery.
Okay. Because, what we really do need to do is collect up where all the truck stops with showers are and have a list handy for those
That's actually a
stinky
good idea.
fires.
Right, we're gonna go and knock on my husband's
Not you.
mother's house, because they live in Firth, so it's just down the road, so that's where we're going.
And where is that?
Guys don't want to
There's the canal.
There's the
Just
canal.
so skinny, right?
Honestly, since the canal's gonna be open, I think that will make it a lot better.
Yeah, and he has stated that he is not opposed to private showers on the premises. So if you have a private
So like a
shower,
little
you
solar.
can bring your private shower.
But if you're gonna get in the canal, have a bathing suit on.
Yes,
Have
please.
something on, you just don't go bouncing out there stark naked.
Oh, come on.
Midnight.
Like I said, no skinny dipping. We had the rules for this one because we made a few changes. It is being bounced back and forth. There was some changes that I needed to have made because the wording for the event cost, you know, the registration instead of fees, it was still stated as fees, so we had to do that. And as soon as we get the okay, we'll post that on the website. And we're working on the merchant packet. As soon as it's up, I'm gonna notify people via email and Facebook. Yes.
No, when I was at Stray War, I got a card from somebody who's interested.
Okay. Yeah, I've had one person personal message me on Facebook, and so I'll be contacting that person as soon as it's up, so. Is there anything else we need to talk about Uprising? It's kind of hard without Alan here, but I felt that we still needed to make sure we were talking about it.
We know enough about Uprising, we can probably.
Has he set a date for site work?
Not
No.
yet.
Okay, just checking. Yeah,
He's
'cause I know
getting,
the
he's getting
this
ready,
is
he's
kind of
teaching
like crazy.
employees at this.
Yeah,
so-
he's employees, yeah.
The last statement that he made was that because we worked so many years at the site, that there's not a lot that needs to be done.
It's pretty good.
Right,
It's mainly
Yeah.
cactus. Yeah, we know about that.
right, yeah, yeah.
Cactus and
He
clean up
stated the
the youth
cactus.
area. All those buckets. Yeah.
Something I want you also to think about is I have talked to him about a t-shirt. I think, we've got some good designers in here. Start thinking about putting in some artwork.
Got a question on the Uprising thing.
Yes.
Is there any discouragement coming because the 20th is just within weeks after? Because I've heard several people say, it's like this right now.
You're always gonna get that, just kind of like last year with 50 year. you're
Yeah,
always gonna get
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
The people that will come to Uprising will come to Uprising and
I
then
love-
probably go to 20 year.
I loved Uprising last year. I mean, it wasn't really Uprising, but
Uprising.
It was Uprising, didn't you get a t-shirt?
Alan's party. But I'm just saying, I just had heard just from people I've talked to, they weren't sure. I just wanted to, because I'm trying to say, hey, yeah, we need to still keep this going because
Right.
to me, as far as I'm concerned, Uprising is the big deal for our, even though it's abroad, it's a big deal for our people.
Right,
And
yeah.
there's people come from all over.
Yeah, you're never gonna make everybody happy, there's always gonna be
Oh,
people
no.
that aren't happy about it, but it is, there's events backed up to events all the time. It's just, you gotta
So,
get-
I don't know if anybody's actually looked at the schedule, but there are 1 or 2 camping events in June.
Yeah.
There's 20-year in July,
Yeah.
and there are 7 camping events in
Yeah.
August.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hold
yeah,
on.
we're not too bad
Yeah,
off.
so
It's
every,
crazy.
every group based on, well, not every, but most groups want a camping event. And they are, the groups are getting better at figuring out how to do camping events. And so as it gets, the more we get, the more like that, the more competition there is gonna be with events. And
Our kingdom's so sparse, and so it's hard for them. I can see the northern doing their own thing, and like Montana down, it seems to be we can control this more of this area than we can up there, type of thing.
I have absolutely no numbers or no no real scientific fact, I guess, to say what I'm gonna say, but my thoughts are, Uprising hit its high when it had 800 people. It's not gonna be that way again. So the goal for Uprising should be, 300 people is a good solid, 300 to 400 people, and make it more cozy and homey like it used to be, instead of
Like a harvest.
And another thing that people need to look at is, and I've said this to a couple of people outside of the barony as well, if the kingdom is using this 20-year as it is for 20-year, but it's also a kickoff for a possible camping event for Kingdom. And there were people that were grumbly about that, and well, you're trying to take away from Uprising. It's not taking away from Uprising, it's actually moving some of the stuff that they were doing, the Kingdom was doing at a baronial event, off of our event. And instead of looking at it as a negative, we should be looking at it as a positive that says it gives it back to the barony, it makes it so it can be.
So basically, you're talking about it's taking over Baron's War, more or less, and making that, because I heard that they were trying to make Baron's War the Kingdom event.
They have talked about it, but yet again, that is something that locks on, because it's theirs, that's their baby, they will have final say-so on it. The Kingdom will not be taking over any events as long as I am Kingdom Seneschal. If some, not if I can help it, you know what I mean? I just think that the goal needs to be to have every group be healthy in their own way, and not step on another group in the process of making themselves healthy.
Okay. So basically what they're doing is taking all of the Kingdom, the archery champion, the equestrian champion.
That is the goal.
Correct.
To make it its own Kingdom event.
That is the goal.
I think that's how we started out a few years ago, was trying to.
Instead of putting them in Uprising.
Yes, instead of putting it all, and really, if you can look at it in that as a positive, that takes a lot of pressure off of this barony to have to figure out how to schedule it, to figure out how to accommodate all of those different things.
You can't do that.
It makes things, it honestly does make things easier for the barony, and that's a positive. It really is.
Yeah,
It's less money to have to spend too,
There's a lot of people that come to Uprising with the expectation they're going to be entertained and taken care of, and they're going to come there, they're going to camp, they're going to have a blast, and they're going to leave. And, leave the work to the barony.
So, that's from what I'm getting in the meetings I've been attending and things like that for the last 6 months as Kingdom Seneschal, that's my take on it. Doesn't mean that that I won't get overridden by somebody, but, that's the goal, seems to be, is to make everybody healthy. We've got some issues, like I said, the 7 events in August, that's gonna be really hard on every single one of those groups.
Are they modestly ignore them?
Well, Baron's War. Baron's War is the first weekend in August.
How many weekends are there in August this year? 4, okay. Occasionally, there's a fifth one that gets snuck in.
So just to throw this out here, the way the Kingdom has dealt with that in the past is if there are 5 weekends in a month, we discourage anyone using that 5th weekend, because that 5th weekend is not a constant. So if somebody starts building an event and they try and start it on the 5th weekend, well, the next year when it rolls around, they don't have it on the 5th weekend, they've got to figure out where to move it. So we've discouraged that in the past. So, but I think it's 4, but back to the so Hell's Gate and Baron's War are on the exact same weekend.
Oh, God.
The Crown has already said, in their itinerary says they're going to Baron's War. So Hell's Gate, which is a pretty big event in Montana and draws quite a few people, aren't necessarily going to get that. They're not going to have
they won't have the crown presents. Whoever the heirs are, their heirs may go though. So there's always that.
And you always get the entourage that will tend
Yeah.
to follow.
So, just logistical things that the kingdom has to think about all overall, I think.
It's kind of like screwed up with schedule this year, doesn't it? Seems a little screwy. I mean, different, so what is different?
It's been an adventure.
I'll leave it at that.
It's been an adventure.
Still think about promoting Uprising.
Yes,
Where you go.
definitely. I just, another question quickly on Uprising. Do we have some forms I can take down to the Shire, because we're going to venture to the Shire? Oh, he may be going. Is there any? One more. Okay, I can print. I can print. Thank you for, I can print.
And they can mail them in.
You can do whatever you want.
I want to make sure that some go there. If you say, go online and get it, some people just say, do I have to? So I always have
Well,
a few.
with this, then you have to mail it in, so what's the difference?
One of these days, Kingdom will figure out how, not Kingdom, society will figure out how to do the, allow us to do something different.
Yeah. You were talking,
So after coronation and seeing how Norse Floki ran that, I asked him how he wanted the fighting at Uprising. And I was like, hey, if you want to go on a raid somewhere. He said, Paris should be beautiful that time of year.
That's why you sent that
the
text to me.
That campaign for the fighting, we're planning on, we're going to raid Paris.
So,
Now we
okay.
just gotta figure out who's Paris.
So we have to get air tickets now?
And Paris is Her Excellency's Robert the Lost and Ariel of Europe. Think about that. Their last name's Paris.
Oh, we can always go to Paris.
That'll be quite the fight.
There's a Paris, Idaho, so.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Okay.
You're quiet down.
I'll get back to my hole.
Does anyone else have anything to say about Uprising? Where we're going so far? Okay. I think we're good then. Anybody have something else to say that's not on the agenda? Okay. Yes.
I like quick meetings.
Yeah. I know. More of them should be that way. Break. Run away. Oh yeah. Next month I was looking to have the policies and procedures that we've been going over for months. Have that up there. So if you had any additional things you want added or changed, let me know as I am drawing that up.
Hi.
Eat pie!